My dad taught me to be strong enough for any situation.
Jesus Christ, the King of the Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Lion of Judah.
About my Father Christmas.
Yes, y'all. Please.
Now, the funny thing about that is that you don't know what type of situations you're always going to be in, and you don't know how strong you're going to need to be for those situations. That's why it's important for you to constantly train. We want to train that way we are prepared for anything. The fourth rule of life is to be responsible. Now, my dad is 68 years old, and right now he still goes to the gym 3 times a week and constantly trains his body. He set the example for me, and I follow directly in his footsteps. Now, not all of y'all have access to the best trainers, the best facilities, any of that, but every single one of y'all got space and opportunity. So I'm gonna teach you something today that can keep your full body in check. Now, I don't care what you think, right? People think the arms is some of the most important muscles groups to train. Nah, they just pretty. The most important thing to train is your core. Your core is from right up under your titty to the top of your knee. That's the core of your body. That's what keeps you stable. When somebody's coming to push you, what gets activated is your core. If your core is weak, you're gonna go flying, right? So also impact when you jumping and hitting the ground, that the energy from when you hitting the ground is traveling up through your core. If your core is weak, it's when you're gonna cause a lot of injuries and you're not gonna be able to catch yourself. So your core is very important for many reasons. For my athletes, I know you don't think so. Like you see men with big muscles, big shoulders, big arms and everything, you're like, wow, that person is powerful. But if you look at every single sport, if you look at boxing, boxers land a punch with their feet planted in the ground, standing straight up, and they twisting their core and they punching right here. There is a line, straight line going up through their body to where their feet is planted in the ground. That's where they want to throw their punches. Same thing, baseball players. When they hit the ball, they don't reach their feet off the ground reaching. When they hit home runs, you see they're twisting from right here and they waiting, timing, boom. And that's that same line is going straight up. If you look at quarterbacks when they throw the ball, their back foot is staying planted in the ground and they're twisting from their core. So if you look at every single one of these sports, it's always the core that generates the most power. So it's 3 different exercises that I want you to do. Squats, sit-ups, push-ups. You have no excuse. You don't need equipment to do these. All you need is feet and opportunity and for you not to be lazy. All right? So with squats, I want you to get your feet shoulder width apart. And when you go down, I need you to push your butt backwards, right? So you don't have to work on your balance the first few times you're doing this. It's gonna seem a little weird, but your feet needs to stay flat on the ground. When I started squatting, I thought that this was, you gotta get up on your toes, because coaches say that a lot. But no, you want your feet flat on the ground, you wanna push your butt back, and you wanna drop your hips low. Now, if you do this correctly, you're gonna feel burn in your butt and in your thighs, right? So I want you to do 100 reps of these at least 4 times a week. You don't have to do 100 reps in one time. You can break it up into 10 sets of 10. If that's too difficult for you in the beginning, you can do 3 sets of 10 and then just do 5 reps until you get to 100 for the rest of the rep. The next thing I want you to do is sit-ups. A lot of this may be difficult, so I want you to go find something that you can put on your feet to keep your feet down on the floor. Now, when you're doing sit-ups, being mentally present is extremely important for weight training, right? Resistance training. So when you're doing the sit-ups, I want you to focus all your energy on your core, on your abs. Squeeze them tight, get your body up off the floor. Control it back down. Don't slam back down on the ground, because going back down also develops the core. Forward and backwards. Forward and backwards. And the last exercise we're doing is push-ups. All right? Listen, the one thing we not gonna do is ego lift. All of y'all can't do a push-up. All of y'all can't do a standard push-up. And listen, if you are too afraid to do this in front of other people, you need to go seclude yourself in your own home or off to where people can't see you. That way your ego is protected and you're gonna do assisted push-ups with your knees on the ground. We are here to get strong. We're not here to impress people. And that's one of the things I wanna make clear to y'all. A side effect of resistance training is your body is going to change. We're not doing this to show off our body. We're doing this that way we can better protect ourselves and handle our business when it's time for us to handle our business. Rule number 4, be responsible. The only way to be responsible is to always make sure that you're ready. So listen, I want y'all to run through this at least 4 times a week. I need you to be consistent with it. Listen, I want to see all of us out here living in abundance, being strong and handling our business. I love y'all.